So today we're going to try and create a side-by-side column graph. So the first thing you need to do is you need to collect your information. So we'll start off by opening up Excel so that we can record our information. So we'll find Excel and open that up. Now presumably you've gone outside and you've collected some rubbish and you've sorted it and you've decided how you're going to sort that rubbish. So in here we're going to write down which areas we investigated. So we might have investigated the Year 7 area, and perhaps we investigated the canteen area. So we write those down in those cells there. Okay, now we have to decide on what sort of categories we're going to include in Excel. So in here we might write down fruit peels. Then we might have something such as, the next one we might write other food. What other sorts of rubbish might we have? We might have wrappers. And I think we might include two categories there. We might say wrappers from home. And the other sort that I'm going to collect here is wrappers from the canteen. Right, so there we go. Now I have my headings there. Just going to make them a bit neater. I'll wrap the text, which means I can make these cells a bit narrower. Now they're reasonably even. Okay, all right, so now I'm going to put in my data. So I'm going to say that now that I've added up all of my data, I have fruit peels in the canteen, in the Year 7 area. I found 10 items there. The food, I found 8. Wrappers from home, I found 12 of those. And wrappers or bits of rubbish from the canteen, I found 16 of those. When I went to the canteen area and collected rubbish and categorised it, fruit peels, I found only 2 of those. Other food items, I found 4. Wrappers from home, I found 5. Wrappers from the canteen, I found 21. Okay, so I'm going to save this file now so I don't lose my work and give it a name. Call it schoolyard rubbish. Okay, save that one. All right. Now, I have my information there. What I need to do next is to create a graph. So, as we normally do in Excel, we highlight the area that we want to use. Go up to Insert and Column. Now, because we've got 2 areas, we're trying to create a side-by-side column graph. So we're going to choose this one in here and click on this one. All right, magic. As you can see here, Excel has now created a lovely graph for us with all of the information. So I'll just save that again. Now, you might notice that there are a few things missing from this graph though. It's great that we can see the columns here, and we'll just check that the information is correct. Yep, looks pretty good. But you see over here that the categories we have are the ones that I've put over here, so that's fantastic. What we need though is we need some labels on axes and we need a title for our graph. So now that we're highlighting a graph, we're going to go up to Data and Design, and we'll choose one of these layouts here that includes the information we need. So this one here is a perfect one. So now it's included our chart title for us. So we might put a heading in that's relevant. So rubbish collected after lunch. And that's when I did my collection. An axis title here. So this would be a number of items. And this one down here, this would be type of rubbish. All right. And of course I can now go and I can choose one of my bars and I can make it a different colour. Good idea though to remain consistent across the graph so it's pretty obvious which area is which. And so yeah, from there on I can make some comparisons with my data and perhaps I can draw some conclusions about what's going on with rubbish in the schoolyard and perhaps even come up with some solutions. So hopefully that's been helpful and you now know how to create a side-by-side column graph.